What's up, guys? Today's day one of 5 days of making a design from scratch. I basically show you guys the process on how I make a graphic from start to finish. So in today's video, we're going to pull inspiration, we're going to mood board, we're going to develop a color palette, then we're going to set up our document in Photoshop so we get the highest quality graphic by the end of the week. So the goal of this really is just to make sure that you have what you need before you start designing. It's really annoying to kind of go back and forth, like pull inspiration while you're designing and pull color palettes after you started the graphic. If you kind of have a clear idea of where you want to take things, or at least have everything right in front of you, you can really just focus on designing. I feel like for me, this process really helps kind of limit the stop and start that I do with the design. And I can just focus on finishing through to the end. So for this mood board, what I'm basically trying to do is get it kind of a loose idea of what I want to do for the typography of the piece, the shadows of the piece, and the backgrounds of the piece. So once I do that, I try to map out what the color palette's going to look like. So I'll pull some colors from photos that I put in this mood board document. It's kind of a loose framework for what I'm going to use to start the graphic, but very rarely does it end up being like the final thing that I actually do. And throughout this process, you'll see it's not all straight and narrow, but once all the ingredients, the typography, the shadows, all that kind of stuff is put into this mood board, I'm then gonna show you guys what I do to set up my document in Photoshop. So normally what I end up doing is I end up doing like a 2000 by 2000 artboard, and people sleep on artboards. I don't know why. Some of my coworkers, they just use like the straight canvas. Like, you guys are missing out, bro. I'm telling you, the artboards is like, it's the new wave. That covers all the housekeeping stuff. So now we're actually going to get into Photoshop and start designing, which is the fun part. So it's going to be a Josh Allen graphic. I have him in fantasy, and he had a crazy game last night. So it's kind of like trendy right now. So I'm trying to beat the trend. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow we're going to source our Josh Allen photos. We're going to start making some gradient backgrounds. We're going to start throwing in our pieces that we put together in our mood board into our actual graphic, and then we'll be cooking. So I'll see you guys in the next one.